It's go time, baby. Here we go. Here we go. It's your boy, your streamer's favorite streamer, Alfredo. Alfredo. This is I feel like it's about to get real interesting. This is first stream series, guilty or not guilty. Get the fuck in here. Get the fuck in here. Get the fuck in here now. All right, I'm about to post this on my story real quick. We're gonna get it popping. We're gonna get it popping. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Are we not live? Like, are we live or are we live? Still trying to figure this shit out. We are live. What the hell? Are we not live? Are we live? What the hell? Get here. What the hell? All right. I've seen a million of you, baby. All right, let me break it down what this is going to be about. So, I'm in school to be a lawyer. I've been thinking about this for a while. I want to do a show where I do, react to court TV on YouTube, you feel me? And I'm going to do my best job. To represent the people who I'm watching properly. And we're going to see if we can come to the decision if the motherfucker is guilty or not. But first things first, because I feel like when I actually get, like, I don't know if this is appropriate or not. Like, I don't know if this is, like, recommended or not. But when I really get to the courtroom, I want to be able to play, like, a little theme music, like how they come to the batter's box when you in baseball. And when I'm representing the client who obviously we know is guilty, but I'm defending him. I want him to get out. When I come to the stage,
are you ready to dominate Weekend Clash?
Come on. When I'm ready to dominate in the courtroom, this is how I want to
games at your best squad of work.
I feel like on Gucci Mane in 2006. All these diamonds dancing on my fucking neck cost like 4 bricks. Ain't no way that I be toting on that strap, don't make no sense. He $1 million nigga, but be posted in the bricks. It make no sense, yeah. It make no sense, no. It make no sense, yeah. Make no sense, yeah. Make no sense, no. Make no sense, young boy. Make no sense, no. It make no sense. I could hit it, I could whip it, I could bag it, I could stash it, I could trap out like a motherfucker. And you know me, bitch, I just bought another 30 burner. I whip too hard, so I got Ike and Meech, got Tina Turner. It don't make sense, I'm not alright, bitch, I'll put you under. I ain't cut too much, I got that shit that make them tweak like down. Can't be in front the trap too much, the world know who I am. This shit ain't sweet, who close to me, I see him hating like damn. All I know, get the money, still gon' be the one to slam. Like nigga, bitch, nigga, blow on my jury. Fuck the jury. I feel like on Gucci Mane in in 2006. All these diamonds dancing on my fucking neck cost like 4 bricks. Ain't no way that I be toting on that truck, don't make no sense. He $1 million nigga, but be posted in the bricks. It make no sense, yeah. It make no sense, no. It make no sense, yeah. Make no sense, yeah. Make no sense, no. Make no sense, young boy. Make no sense, no. It make no sense, man. 4K trade, POP, I been that bitch, you know this nigga. Tell them niggas I say fuck them. These hoes ain't shit, they want my cash, so I never love them. I flash and beat a nigga ass with this Philly buck. On TV, I could tell my yank and hit him with the cutter. Motherfucker, that's a boy, real nigga blessed him with that boy, and he say, yeah. He out there, ate you play, he shoot you in your face. Northside, good as flying, back to back, bitch, when we ride. I'm convicted, but it's an issue, I slide for a
I'm in my mood now. I'm in my mood now. I'm in my mood. I'm in my mood now. So now we can get into the to the assignments. You know what I'm saying? We can get into the assignments. I'm in my mood. Let's get to some cases. This is Court TV. I don't know if y'all know.
Lori Daybell.
Already convicted for the murders of her children.
Doomsday cult mom is now lawyer Lori.
Wait. Hold on. They calling this cult mommy? Guilty. Let's go through the docket. Let's see. This is the first case on the docket. Let's read some of the details. All right. Lori Daybell is acting as her own attorney. Bold move. Really bold. Acting as her own attorney in the conspiracy charge of Charles Vallow's death and in the attempt to kill her niece's ex-husband, Brandon Bordeaux. Lori's older brother, Alex Cox, fatally shot Charles while he was arguing with Lori after picking JJ up from school. I can already tell you exactly what this is. This hoe is guilty! And that nigga, that motherfucker, this dude, he's obsessed with the Kuda Cat. This is what it is. The woman put let's I don't want to prejudge, but let's.
She's representing herself.
On charges of conspiring to murder her 4th husband.
She said, I can murder you now.
She really thinks she's equipped to try this case.
She appears very sure of herself.
I have real trial experience.
It's going to be a strange trial. We'll see how it plays out.
The Cult Mom Conspiracy Trial. Live coverage begins Monday morning. Only on Court TV.
Turn this shit off. I don't need to see nothing else. This one was guilty. And the fact that she fired me to represent herself in court, I have nothing else left for her. I hope they throw the whole kitchen sink at you. I'm sorry to Charles. Rest in peace to Charles. I don't know if you wasn't hitting it right, but the pussy was your downfall today. Let's get into another case. Psychological torture. I need to get sponsored by YouTube. I need YouTube Premium.
Murder of 20-year-old Jessica Barnes as the quest for justice for Jessica continues. And we're learning more about one of the housemates who's being accused of being involved in Jessica's brutal death. So follow me here. Barnes's roommate, Kendall Mims, appeared in court on Thursday. And there's another roommate, Victoria Tippett, who appeared in court on Monday.
First off, if you look at Shorty right here, this face, this face has enough. Like if I'm her lawyer, bitch, fix your damn face. You look now she could be the person who was psychologically tortured. Okay. Now, I don't have enough intel. I don't.
Jessica's husband, Brandon, is being accused of strangling Jessica to death and then setting her body on fire.
Excuse me?
Investigators are saying the other housemates, Mims and Tippett, have admitted to helping Brandon Barnes.
I knew it. Go back. I knew it. This hoe is guilty. I bet you she ain't just help. I bet you we should burn the body. It was her. Get both of them out of here. I think on this case, I want to be the prosecutor for this one. And I'm saying that both of these girls, they're done. They're done. Guilty asshole. I knew it.
Who appeared in court on Monday. Jessica's husband, Brandon, is being accused of strangling Jessica to death and then setting her body on fire. Investigators are saying the other housemates, Mims and Tippett, have admitted to helping Brandon Barnes move Jessica's body to Lake Hartwell in South Carolina.
The old classic lake dump. People got to get more creative, man. Have you not seen Bones? CSI Miami? CSI LA? How to Get Away with Murder even? Shit. Like, come on.
Now, Mims has a child with Barnes.
Oh.
In court on Thursday, Mims' attorney described the control that Brandon Barnes exerted over the 3 women in the home.
So, first off, I got a question why they 3 deep in the house and they got a baby together? And is this poly? Are they in a poly? Because what do you mean this man has control over all 3 of y'all? How? This nigga must be wielding some serious wing or got some money on him. Because how you controlling 3 girls and y'all? It's only one of y'all, man. So already this story to me, jury, I hope you're paying attention to this, jury. This is already kind of not lining up, to me.
She would mention that she was unhappy or that she wanted to leave or that she didn't want to be there anymore. He told her repeatedly, "You will never see your daughter again," leaving her to guess as to whether that meant he was going to take their daughter and leave, or if he was going to kill her, or if he was going to kill their daughter.
So the man wants serious control over how the baby is being handled and who's around the baby, but all of a sudden you think that this man is going to kill a baby? I think one of the things that I'm best at doing, I pay very close attention to the details of the story, right? When I was doing sales in New York, and I was training on interviewing. We was interviewing people who was more, I was always interviewing people in New York who was more qualified than myself. So listening to their stories, one of the things that I was strategically taught to do was find holes in their story, or find, even if there was no holes in their game, find a piece of the story that I could have them kind of fall on the back foot to if I address it and ask a question to it. Like, just never make them feel like it was enough, and dive deeper into the questions or the answers that they're giving me to try to figure out if there are some holes in the game. And what I've been able to carry over through that, and which I think I'm gonna take to my law career, is that when I'm listening to these stories, I'm not dumb, so some shit just fucking don't make sense. But there's things that I can prove that possibly could or could not make sense that I could use to sway the jury into believing what I'm saying. And I'm just nice. Like, a part of me feel like law is law, but a part of me also feel like law is sport, and a part of me also feel like law is theater. Like, I would kill this. Like, off the simple thing, I would come in there, as the lawyer that's defending this dude, Brandon. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't know if that's even, like, as the lawyer that's defending him, I would just come in with some serious fucking theatrics. Like, this is the only time I would even take off my shades. And I throw these on. Last night I was going over the case and I broke my glasses. I was so mad. Even with one lens, I can see that this man is innocent. Think about it. This could be your son, your grandson, your brother, your husband. And he's in here fighting for his life, facing a prejudice that's unfair. While these 3 juvenile criminals not only throw dirt on his name and his character, but provide a narrative that proves unsafety if the child is left in her hands. Jury, you decide. You decide. But I'm talking to this man, and I've seen what he's done in the community. I've seen what he's done for me, for his parents, for his family, for his friends. You decide if you want a person like that behind bars, or if you want women like that, these three evil, maniacal maniacs, to be in jail. I rest my case.
Remember, they're all living together in this house, allegedly under his control. So these two other women, Mims, the one he's got the child with, and Tippett, they're both charged with accessory after the fact and with obstruction of justice as these charges relate to Jessica's murder. Now, the judge granted a $75,000 bond for Mims.
£75,000 is not enough.
Mims. No bond yet has been given to Ms. Tippett, and Brandon Barnes remains behind bars this morning. I want to bring in now a very special guest who's been following this case so closely. He's an investigative reporter, and also he has been very close with Jessica's family and representing them as this case progresses through the system. So happy to welcome back Troy Stiles on the program. Troy, nice to see you again, albeit we wish it wasn't under the circumstances that we have here with this homicide. So could we start, please, with Jessica? Jessica's mom did something that might have stunned some case watchers if you really don't know the intricacies of this one, but she even was pushing the court to give Ms. Mims a bond. Would you explain that for us, please?
Wait. Brandon's mom. See, this is why you got to win. Like, as your lawyer, don't make no moves. Don't make no moves without me. What you mean you want Jessica? You want the other girls that have bond? Like, I'm here to put them in the hole. I'm here to put them in the hole. This ain't the time for grace, mama. Pray for them after I put them in the hole, and let God do that. But what you want her back on the street to do the same thing to another young man? Not my son. Not my son. Close your mouth. We talked about this before the case even started. Before he walked into the courtroom, we talked about this. And now you're switching up the whole program, trying to be all nice and shit. Oh, these bitches is going in the hole.
Yeah, thanks, Julie. So Miss Varvara, Cecilia, Jessica's mother, we saw this kind of in the middle of the search for Jessica. Cecilia shifted her emotions really from anger to empathy. And she even sent food to the defendants while we were searching. And even though she knew that they had something to do with Jessica's murder, but...
You see, now I'm questioning the mama. You're doing too much. I forgive you is enough. I accept your apology, a prayer. You sending these hoes lunch? What, these your girls? These your girls? These girls just killed your son. You feeding them? You taking money out of your pocket to put food in their belly? Oh no. Not only am I about to drop you as a client, I'm about to switch to the other side and prosecute your ass too. Crazy asshole.
Leading up to this court hearing, she really was advocating for bond for Kendall. She was concerned about Kendall's mental health due to the abuse that she went through living with Brandon. And then also she wanted Kendall to be able to care for her infant child. So she wrote a beautiful letter to the judge asking for the bond in this case so that Kendall could be released from jail at least during this time and go into home detention and really address her mental health needs.
That's got to be a badass baby. That baby got to be bad as fuck. For the mama to insist that this lady get a bond so she can take care of the baby so she don't have to, I know that baby. That baby got to be terrible. No offense, respectfully, but, once parents get to that age, they're not trying to run that shit back. They're not trying to do that baby shit again. Like, all hours of the night, the baby crying and pooping and shitting and screaming. I get it. you still going into the hole, Mom. I'm sorry you killed my son.
That she felt like she needed to do so much.
Wow, Troy, what a tremendous amount of grace and compassion being exhibited by Jessica's mom. That can't be easy to do. I mean, she was wronged in the worst way, having her daughter murdered, and yet she's showing compassion for these other defendants.
I don't want to hear no more.
Lori Day.
That bullshit. This lady's crazy. What's they talking about?
Time is running out. Snap your W-2 and file your taxes 100% free now. Plus, get your biggest...
I'm Vinny Politan. The subject of my investigation is the death of Boston police officer John O'Keefe. He was found dead in a snowstorm on another officer's front yard after a late night party, but...
Guilty! I don't know who yet. I don't know who. Somebody's fucking guilty. He's found dead outside of another officer's house after a party?
Known at the party was investigated because police said John's boyfriend, Karen Reed, killed him. Here's the story. Karen Reed, accused of the January 2022 death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, has consistently asserted her innocence.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. But no one at the party was investigated because police said John's boyfriend, Karen. But no one at the party was investigated because police said John's boyfriend, Karen Reed killed him. Said boyfriend. Said boyfriend is Karen Reed. Confusion.
Karen Reed, accused of the January 2022 death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, has consistently asserted her innocence, alleging a concerted effort by law enforcement to frame her. She contends that John O'Keefe was fatally injured inside a residence and that authorities manipulated evidence to implicate her.
Now, that's not unlikely. It's not unlikely. I watch a lot of police movies, and as a 20-year experienced seasoned esquire, I've seen a lot of bullshit in my time in this industry, and a lot of times, the odd man out when police is doing fuck shit, they gotta off you. You seen the movies? We doing a bunch of bad stuff as cops. We doing a bunch of bad stuff, and here comes old good Johnny boy. That's not right. All right, hey, come to this party tonight, bro. Bow, nigga. Get this fool out of here. And we're gonna implicate his partner. I seen it. It's not unlikely. But
central to her claims is the conduct of lead investigator Trooper Michael Proctor, whose inappropriate text messages and close ties to key witnesses have raised questions about investigative impartiality. Proctor faced disciplinary action due to these concerns. Reed's defense maintains that systemic biases compromised the investigation. Her first trial concluded in a mistrial, with the jury unable to reach a unanimous.
All right, so I mean, obviously, I'm not all the way in the game, right? But I'm gonna explain something real quick, if for people who don't know, right? So, unless everybody on the jury can agree to a decision, which I believe, I could be wrong. Like, if I'm wrong, somebody educate me, But from what I know, unless the whole jury comes to a unanimous decision of guilty or not guilty, then the trial will be a mistrial. There will be no end result. Because unfortunately, when you have a trial by jury, the fate of your decision is not solely based on the judge. Well, really, it's not based on the judge at all. You decide your future, your fate is decided by a jury of your peers. Right? So a mistrial means that they went through this whole process once. They couldn't really figure out what the right answer is, probably based on the unusual facts of the story. I mean, there might be motive from the woman, Karen Reed, but then you got this fucking weird shit going on by the police. It looks like a little bit of police tampering, and it looks like a little bit of police activity, more so than what they're letting on to be. It probably is hard to make a decision. But as an experienced seasoned lawyer, I will be able to tell.
Verdict. And now the community prepares for the retrial of the century. We're getting closer and closer. Now, the part of this trial that makes it so unique, the public support obviously is a huge part of it, but it's what drove that public support, which is a completely alternative theory about the death of John O'Keefe. We're talking about the defense saying, listen, Karen Reed, this wasn't an accident, this wasn't a murder. No. Someone else did this.
I think I want to take her side.
Someone else in that house did this?
Definitely.
And I say that because during the course of the first trial, there was a piece of evidence brought in by the defense, and it was a video from inside 34 Fairview, the home where the party was, and it's in the basement and then exits the basement. Let's take a look. Here, they're opening up what they call the bulkhead latch from outside, and there's some stairs down there, and those stairs go into the basement. Okay. Now, if you go up those stairs, out of the basement, backyard to the fence, and you open up the door to the fence, and then you walk forward on the yard, it will take you almost precisely to where John O'Keefe was found dead. Okay. There you can see the flagpole, the fire hydrant, that whole area.
Why is this important?
That's where John O'Keefe was found. So that evidence brought in to demonstrate, I guess, how John O'Keefe could have been removed from the home and placed onto the front yard.
That's too vague, dog. Like, that's not enough.
But that's kind of like the tail end of everything.
Not enough.
Which brings us to the first question in our investigation, which is, what exactly, and that's the key word here. I know conspiracy, cover up, frame, all of that, but what exactly is the defense's theory? And it's the theory of the death of John O'Keefe. Like, how does he die? Who does it?
Who does it?
Let's talk about it. Let's bring in Karen Reed, supporter and creator of the Justice for Officer John O'Keefe, and Karen Reed Fission. Let's talk about this. All right, Nick, let's try to understand this, right? So the theory is that John O'Keefe goes into the home. What happens? What is the theory? What is the basis or the working theory of how John O'Keefe died?
Well, I don't speak for the defense team, but if what I'm following along is basically John O'Keefe goes inside the house, words are exchanged, and a fight breaks out. I think.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he was the good one, trying to stop the corruption. They took him out. I think this one's pretty clean cut for me. Like, I'm so good, I don't even need anymore. I know what my client's defense is. Frame. Police entanglement, whatever. I don't even know if it's the right word, but this is simple to me, man. I've seen it happen. I know it too well. And this is the reason why I wouldn't be a cop. Because I would be a dirty cop. It's too easy. Then you get this one guy. He joined the police force for the right reasons. He really wanted to make a difference. And they took this motherfucker out. And then blamed it on his old lady. It's classic police activity, man. Classic.
Lori Daybell.
Already convicted for the murders of...
I can tell you right now, that woman is not guilty. I'm sorry you got to go through something like that. That woman right there is not guilty, okay? What else we got on here? Ooh. Getting to a verdict.
Ready?
Yes.
Here's your health allowance card.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
You too.
So this is the health allowance card. This card you...
Fake scan. I don't know, they don't got that on there.
The foreperson, please rise.
Wife charged with burning over her husband.
Has the jury agreed upon a verdict?
Yes, we have.
What is your verdict, please?
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of first-degree premeditated.
Don't you dare. Fix your face, woman. I know you was smiling when you ran him over. I know you was smiling. Probably felt good. Probably was cussing him out and everything. Nah. Stand on it. Stand on it. Don't let me be a judge one day. Stand on that shit. I don't want to see no tears, nothing. Pick your head up.
Murder. We, the jury, find defendant guilty of first-degree felony murder.
Members of the jury, listen to your verdict as recorded in regards to count.
The lawyer don't even care. This is what happened when the lawyer know that you guilty already. He done begged you to take a plea deal. He begged you to take them 15, take that 20. You thinking that you got some type of whatever. 25 to life. What Rod Wave say? Baby, you're getting 25. This ain't no Rod Wave, baby. You getting 25.
Me is we too grown for that shit. I wanna lock it in, baby. No way. Tell me.
Same old story, man. Same old story. You think that you gonna get away with it? Not in my courtroom. Not while Fredo's a lawyer. Try again. Should have killed somebody else. You should have did that in another state. Cause over here we pack them up. Over here we pack them up. Over here we get them gone. Over here we get them gone. I just got a call. Whoa. Let's check this out. I don't need to do that. Ah, you gotta be on court. Hey. They doing too much. Now you need a membership. Oh. Cool. Oh, let's get into another verdict.
In seconds. First, let it listen.
We are following breaking news out of Los Angeles, California, where Monica Cementilli is about to learn her fate. There she is walking inside of the
prosecutor. I'm sorry, like, I'm a step hard. I'm a really step. I'm the big homie. I'm your lawyer's favorite lawyer. We gotta pack you up. I'm sorry. You're a celebrity stylist.
Courtroom after we have learned that the jury has reached a verdict. They deliberated for 7 hours and 47 minutes over the course of 3 days. Very quickly this morning after arriving, they announced that verdict. So we are still waiting for all of the parties to assemble, and we expect the judge is going to call in this jury.
Yeah, this was a long case. It spanned over 3 months, 43 days of testimony. That included 4 days of closing arguments. The jury is making their way in right now, but let's listen in.
Juror number 10, I understand the jury has reached verdicts. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Are the verdicts dated and signed?
Yes, sir.
Please hand all verdict forms to the bailiff. And you.
Superior Court of the State of California, County of Los Angeles. In Department 101, the people of the State of California versus Monica Cementilli. In case number BA 452-97502.
Her heart rate. Boy, her heart race. Her lip twitching and shit. She know Fredo about to pack me up. You're done, baby. You a celebrity stylist. Who you styling?
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Monica Cementilli, guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A. A felony is charged in count 1 of the indictment. We further find the murder to be of the first degree. We further find the allegation that the murder of Fabio Cementilli was intentional and carried out by the defendant, Monica Cementilli, for financial gain within the meaning of Penal Code Section 190.2A1 to be true. We further find the allegation that the defendant, Monica Cementilli, intentionally killed the victim by means of lying in wait within the meaning of Penal Code Section 190.2A15 to be true. Dated April 11th, 2025, juror seat number 10, foreperson. In the same case, title, and cause, we, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Monica Cementilli, guilty of the crime of conspiracy to commit murder in violation of Penal Code Section 182A1. A felony is charged in count 2 of the indictment. Dated April 11th, 2025, juror number 10, foreperson. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are these your verdicts? So say you one, so say you all.
Yes. Does the defense of the jury poll?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Please poll the jury.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, as I call your seat number, please answer yes or no to the question. Juror in seat number 1, are these your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 2?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 3?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 4?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 5?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 6?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 7?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 8?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 9?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 10?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 11?
Yes.
And juror in seat number 12.
Yes.
The jury having called the verdict.
See, like in the last case, what happens with a mistrial is that all the jurors are not on the same page. Like, they couldn't come to a solid decision as to which one is which is why I kind of think, like, sometimes having a jury of your peers is very vague and very random, and it could not be in your favor. Because who the fuck to say who my peers is, right? We might have a racial case, and my whole jury is white. Or vice versa, right? That's not really the most fair representation of perspective. You get what I'm saying? But it's not like you should be able to choose your jury either, because then, of course, you're just going to choose a bunch of motherfuckers who going to have your back. But at the same time, it's like the court system, the law You know, the system of law is vague purposely. I feel like it's down to interpretation, it's down to perspective, and that's where I believe that the theatrics and the skill of being a lawyer do play a tremendous impact on courtroom results. Because really, all you're doing is talking to humans, and just like my sales background, you can make a human think whatever you want them to think if you're good enough. You know how many times I made somebody buy something that they had no business buying? So what's to say as a lawyer that I cannot make somebody buy into a narrative that they have no business believing? You could, if you were that good. Shout out to my boy Johnny Cochran. You know, nobody knows if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Nobody knows if this motherfucker really killed the person or not, but everybody was certain. But somehow Johnny Cochran, Rob Kardashian, mostly Johnny Cochran. Shout out to if you watch the little documentary. You know, I'm into shit like that. Mostly Johnny Cochran. His plan was so good. I mean, it just made the jury unsure. You could not even say for sure that this dude actually killed the lady. So the man moves free. But in this case particularly, like, this is obvious. Like, girl, you know you killed this man. You know what you sitting here crying for. You thought you was going to finesse him, and Fredo had to pack you up. Gonzalez and Gonzalez don't ever lose. This is free life law, baby. Get a grip. Get a fucking grip. Get your ass out of here. He's sending you to doomsday. What's this?
Meet the new standard in sleep. This is Pod 4 Ultra. It's not a
Defendant Jose Morales is on trial for allegedly murdering his girlfriend, a woman whom he shares a 1-year-old daughter with. And his daughter, little baby Vanessa, has...
I can tell you right now. These are the eyeballs of a monster. I know what it looked like when you sick of your bitch. Postpartum kicking in. The baby crying.
There's a 1-year-old...
Parlay's not hitting. Oh, it's got it written all over his face. Side bitch won't fuck with him no more. And then here she comes. You never take me out on dates. This is an easy one. But these are the type of cases that I would love to defend. Because if you get a nigga like this off, boy, the money is good. Money is good. You know, morally, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't want murderers going free. But I will represent a murderer. Even if the nigga tell me that he murdered somebody, I will represent him. And, you know, I might not free you, but I'll plea you. We can cut you a deal. Get you out the way. I don't really got respect for people who do murders. Hey, somebody's got to pay the bills.
Daughter with. And his daughter, little baby Vanessa, hasn't been seen since her mother's death. So this hour, we're going to be showing you some unaired footage from the trial. It's just started to get underway. So let's give you the background on this case. Court TV's Julia Janae reports.
Jose Morales charged with murder in the fatal beating of his girlfriend, Christine Holloway. On December 2nd, 2019, Holloway's employer and family called police to do a welfare check at her home. Police found her dead in a bathtub, and Vanessa Morales, the couple's baby, had vanished. Vanessa was just a year old when she disappeared. WSFB News was there for a police conference on the case.
Jose Morales was the last known person to be seen with baby Vanessa. We'll continue to follow any lead that we get to see if we can find baby Vanessa and bring her home.
Jose Morales told...
You know, honestly, when police be saying that shit, I just be feeling like, what are y'all really doing? You know?
Investigators he would never hurt Vanessa or Christine, but police say his story then changed. At first he said he was never at Christine's house on the weekend she died. Then he claimed his use of the drug PCP clouded his memory, so much so that he could only recall a group of men approaching the home and then being knocked unconscious.
Yo, who came up with this fucking story? First off, you gonna tell the whole courtroom that you do PCP, and then your story is that a bunch of gangbangers came, knocked your ass out unconscious, and then killed your girlfriend? Like, maybe that story could make some sense. Maybe. But you gave an original story that's different. And now the drugs is clouding your vision. Nigga, I don't trust nothing that you... Matter of fact, I think I'm switching sides. I think I want to be the prosecutor. Like, I want to pack this dude up because that's just so dumb.
Evidence against Morales includes blood on his sneakers, his hair found tangled in Christine's fingers during her autopsy, and surveillance video of his car near donation bins where items with Christine's blood on them were located.
Oh, hell. Hell no. This is why you gotta know all the facts before you decide what client to take on. Bro, are you kidding me? Bro, are you kidding me? You got blood on your shoes. You got hair in you got hair. You got video surveillance. Bro, you're guilty. And the thing about the courtroom, it's not all the way per se about being innocent or guilty. It's about what can be proven. This is how people get packed up for shit they didn't even fucking do because somehow, coincidentally, ironically, with super bad luck, the evidence suggests that you actually did do something that you didn't do. You know, more times than not, you know, like 8 times out of 10, I feel like maybe 7 to 8 times out of 10, you know, the evidence is going to tell you exactly what the story actually is. You know, these couple outliers where the evidence just looks fucking weird because you're at the wrong place at the wrong time and you're just a little bit unlucky. That's a different story. That's a harder battle to fight. But this is simple, bro. You already look crazy and you do drugs. And everything I just said about you before, it's got to be true now.
Connecticut Insider spoke with Christine's sister-in-law.
Now we can prove that Jose committed the crime, and there will be justice for my sister-in-law, Christine.
That was Julia Janae reporting there for us. Now, there were no opening statements given in this trial. If you recall, for different...
If a man really hated ads, here's what he would do. Day 1, he would install Pi on his computer without spending a dime because it...
Holloway.
Yeah. One employer. Here we go. So we're starting with the first witness who was called the victim's employer. Here we go.
In December of 2019, did you know a woman by the name of Christine Holloway?
Yes.
How did you know Christine Holloway?
She was my employee.
And do you know the child that she had? Was it a boy or a girl?
A girl.
And do you know what she named it?
Vanessa. Yeah.
And did you know who Vanessa's father was?
Yes.
And do you know that person's name?
Jose.
And is that the Jose you knew as the father of Vanessa Morales?
Yes, Vanessa looks just like him.
And after Vanessa was born and while Christine was at work, do you know what happened to Vanessa? Where would Vanessa be while Christine was working?
She was at the daycare as well.
Okay. So I just want to be sure that I'm understanding you. When Christine went back to work after Vanessa's birth, did Vanessa become a student or in care at the daycare center?
Yes.
So when Christine was at work, would Vanessa be with her at work?
Yes.
And was it always like that? Was baby Vanessa always with Christine?
Yeah, baby Vanessa was in her mom's classroom in the infant room.
That sheet showed us that she was due at work Monday morning following that long weekend at 8:30. And was 8:30 her scheduled day? By 5, 2019, where you were expecting Miss Holloway for work and she did not show. At what point did you sort of become aware that Christine had not shown up for work yet?
It was probably about 20 after 8 or so.
What steps did you take out?
That were listed on
with regard to the fact.
Like her, she was always consistent, always hoping nothing had happened to her.
Did there come a point in time then in the day?
To afternoon.
In jail with the charges. We'll be right back. Hands him. Defendant, remember the ever-changing back. We're going to hear from another witness who had a phone call with the defendant. Remember the ever-changing stories.
Understand the mindsets behind your actions in this case.
We're season. Serving with us on this front, they're together for defendant Lind in her retrial. We'll keep our eyes and ears open in that courtroom for you in Michigan as the deliberations are officially. This is day number 1 that we're in Christine Ha. No one, how about with me?
Were you present when the phone call was being made?
Yes, I was.
At any point during the phone call that you were observing, did you interject or become involved in the conversation?
Yes, I did.
Did you ask questions?
I did.
She left early this morning from your house. So what time did you guys show up at your house last night?
No, it's not my house. I live in my neighbor.
No, right. Hey, but she slept there last night, correct?
No, she slept at her house.
Oh, okay. Oh, then you guys both left her house together this morning.
No, I talked to her.
Okay, so you talked to her this morning?
Yes.
At 7 o'clock when she was leaving for work?
Yes.
Okay. When's the last time you saw her then?
See, people be doing some dumbass laws because, like, you can get an autopsy report, right? The police can get an autopsy report. I'm pretty sure that autopsy report can be presented as evidence in the courtroom, and an autopsy report will reveal the time of death or presumed time of death. You talking about you heard from her at 7 in the morning. The employer talking about she laid at 8. That body ain't been dead for just 1 hour. I mean, I don't know, but I feel like that could be proven.
Friday. Where was she when you saw her?
At my house.
At your house, okay. All right, so when you...
So now, when you asked Mr. Morales, she slept there last night. Why did you ask him that?
Because early in that conversation, he had stated that he last saw her leave that morning with Vanessa for work.
And did you make any assumptions based on that statement?
Yes, I assumed that they were together, and I was trying to ascertain what time they got to the house that evening prior.
And at some point in time, did Mr. Morales change that earlier statement?
Yes, he did.
And what did he indicate to you?
He now indicated that he didn't see them on Monday morning, that in fact that he only spoke to them, and that the last time he did see them was on Friday.
When the conversation ended, what, if anything, did you do next?
At this point, I advised Officer Smith that I was going to be heading to 6.5 Myrtle Ave with Officer Nelson there. I wanted to see the residence for myself.
And can you describe the conditions at the time once you left the Ansonia Police Department?
That night it was actively snowing. It had snowed for several hours. When I arrived on scene, there was some accumulation of snow already.
When you arrived on the scene there, what observations did you make?
Snap your W-2 and file your taxes 100% free. Plus, get your biggest refund. File free now. Roughly 37% of filers.
No, hold it. Four, 3. We're gonna tell. Police department. Police. Holy. Get the DB here. Holy. Okay. Find it. Back out. No, clear the room. Clear the house.
Clear the house.
4:30 detail. I'm gonna need you here. need a bed search, please, under the bed. Exit. Okay. Exit. Exit.
They pick apart. They don't have
Neighbor. Good. Names.
Just as that clip ended, you were pacing on that deck.
Okay, let's go slow.
Yep.
So, someone directed you to go to New Haven rather than go back to the Ansonia police.
Went over to 6.5. What did you notice?
Just that he went up, knocked on the door. He was there for a few minutes knocking, and then I saw him get in his car and leave.
Okay. And how long was the officer there? And do you?
I mean, I think they're doing a great job, proving that he was high on PCP and explaining how that would, be the reason that he gave conflicting statements. I mean, that's wonderful, but that's not the linchpin of the case. The linchpin of this case is all that forensic and physical evidence.
Right, John. Really sharp analysis. Thank you so much for that. Stand by, neighbor. We're going to watch.
The PCP is a good. It is. I guess it is a good lie to say I don't know. I can't remember what's going on. You know what I mean? But it's like, dude. Oh, John. It's like, dude. You got a million fucking other things counting against you, bro. And from my expert analysis as a seasoned lawyer, brother, I'm gonna have to say, you can pack it up. You're guilty. You're guilty. But yeah, man, this was pretty fun. I ain't gonna lie. I really fuck with streaming, bro. I fuck with streaming. I feel like this is really something I can get into. I get a chance where I can really just be myself, just talk. It's I say a lot of crazy stuff all the time, but all the time, it just ain't somebody to say crazy stuff to all the time. But you get this camera in front of you, and I can really do what I gotta do. And I'm creative, so this is my first stream series, but it won't be the last. It won't be the last. This is Sundays at noon. We practice in law every trip. This is Free Life Law, Gonzalez and Gonzalez, Free Life and Associates. It's your lawyer. It's your favorite lawyer's favorite lawyer, Esquire Fredo, the one and only, the big homie, tapping out.